For generations, men and women all across our great country have risked everything in the pursuit of a better life. Through hard work and perseverance, these individuals have turned what was often a simple idea into a successful, prosperous business. I'm your host, Eric Roberts, and this is The American Dream. At the core of the American Dream, you will find two primary principles: hard work and innovation. But it's when these two principles are combined together that the formula for success is almost instantly achieved.
Nitrex was founded in 1984 from a gentleman called Michel Corwin, and he had a very, very innovative process, which was to control the parameters of heat treating through software and computer, which at the time in 1984 was not common. He was the only one who was able to precisely control heat treating to a degree that nobody else in the industry was capable of doing. So gas nitriding is a process, it's a heat treating process where you diffuse nitrogen, so it creates a layer of protection on the parts, invisible to the eye. Actually, we're talking about microns, so it's really, really thin, but it protects the parts against corrosion, it extends their durability, like I said, and life. And think about any components, metallic components that you can find in a vehicle, for instance, in an aircraft, even at home, cutlery, the tools that your surgeon would be using if you would get a surgery are heat treated. That is all due, and to the innovative process that Mr. Corwin, the founder, discovered. So he was kind of very protective of that technology at the beginning.
And with his confidant Chris Morawski on his side, not only did he focus his attention on protecting Nitrex, but he faced off with a series of other problems, all of which any entrepreneur would love to have.
He was sleeping in the facility almost every day for weeks and months because it was just starting, and they had a hard time finding and training people at the pace that the volume of business was coming. So he was covering all functions, and then, thanks to volume and serving customers, they were quite successful, and then started to make acquisitions, got into more heat treating services in the US, then started to build their own furnaces because customers were quite impressed by the quality that the company was producing at the time, and they said, why not building our own furnaces? That became Nitrex, which is today the only fully integrated solution provider in the industry.
Hard work and innovation being the core principles in the success of Nitrex, choosing a CEO like Jean-Francois Cloutier was a perfect fit.
I worked in industrial for over 20 years. I was building locomotives, trains, so always in heavy industrial. We were procuring heat treating services, buying metals. I became a certified welder myself. I wanted to understand what the guys on the shop floor were going through. That's something that I think is important as leaders. We need to understand what we're doing, and we need to have empathy for our people. And then I was approached by Nitrex to become a CEO, and it was kind of a natural fit. Heat treating, metallurgy, being a welder, I said, that's a fit. And I went to the interviews, and quite interesting process. Actually, I interviewed with probably 10 people or more, employees that would become employees of mine. And they had a word to say in the decision, which I thought was wonderful. Considering myself a servant leader, and I believe in servant leadership, I said, if the employees have a word to say on the choice of their president, that's quite interesting. So I accepted the job, started, and here I am today.
But the true secret ingredient in the success of any business is one key thing: teamwork.
Well, I've always liked to bring people together to achieve something. And I rely a lot to competitive sports, right? To win a game, you have to work together to achieve something. So I strongly believe in that. So I knew for a long time that I would bring people together to do something, right? I would not have imagined I would become a CEO, but it's not that difficult to be a CEO or to become a CEO. What is more difficult is to find the right people who will support you to get to the point. And I think I've been lucky enough to have a lot of support in my life and surrounding myself with people that had even more experience than I do. So I think the lesson for me is more like keep your eyes open, stay humble, listen to people, surround yourself with people that are even stronger than yourself. Put those people together and they will achieve marvelous things.
And if there is one person who knows what it takes to have longevity and success with Nitrex, it's Tom Cooper.
In this business, you face a lot of challenges. You know, there's people, you know, there's equipment, there's the economy, changing regulations. All these things present challenges. And I think what I've been involved in and with the people that I've been involved with is one thing I think that we enjoy, and that is the opportunity to conquer those challenges. At 27 years old, when I started, you didn't look 45 years down the road, okay? So my main focus has always been, you know, 1 year, 3 year, 5 years out. What are we going to do 1 year? Where are we going to be, and what are we going to try to achieve by the third year, and the same thing on the fifth year. So you do these every year, and that fifth year just keeps going out farther and farther and farther and farther. But never did I imagine I'd be in my fifth year plan.
And it is indeed the future that Nitrex has its vision set upon.
Nitrex, like I was mentioning, is sitting on a gold mine of data and information and knowledge. We have a powerful software that we designed internally, and we have kept upgrading throughout the years. And the next version of that platform, that software, will help customers having full visibility from the time they ship the parts to us until they get them back.
Like the nature of metal itself, it is companies like Nitrex that know in order to be successful, a business must be firm and flexible at the same time.